idioms. So welcome to today's class, the most common idioms in English. So you know what? The first idiom that we have in here is cool as a cucumber. It means that somebody is not worrying about anything. For example, let's suppose that you have an exam and you are not studying. You are cool as a cucumber. Okay? Did you get what it means?
Yes.
All right. So I am going to write some examples. Well, an example in the chat, and please give me some of them you also. Uh, my the crisis, the economical crisis is so is enormous. And some people doesn't want to work. They are as cool as a cucumber. Okay? They say the economical crisis is enormous and some people doesn't want to work. They are as cool as a cucumber. All right, this is my example. Can you understand this idiom? Into Spanish, we say something like, está pasando esto y tú estás tan fresca, como la fresca mañana, ¿no? Do we have any other similar in Spanish?
Fresco como una lechuga, ¿no?
Excellent. That's it. That's it. Could you write some examples in the chat?
In English?
Yes, please. Okay, Violet wrote, the party of your daughter is very soon and you are as cool as a cucumber. Excellent. Pretty good, Violet. Anybody else? Come on. Don't be shy. Yoo-hoo. Don't sleep. Okay, so Violet wrote again, the baby needs milk and you are so as cool as a cucumber. Hey, very good, Violet. Come on, Isabel, Laura, Letty, Lydia, Lourdes. Let's write some examples in the chat, okay? Okay, Isabel, pretty good. The business is going down and you are as cool as a cucumber. Excellent. That's a pretty good example, Isabel.
Tenemos la expresión de Y tú tan campante.
Aha, excellent. That's pretty good. You're right. Okay, Letty wrote, housework isn't done and you're as cool as a cucumber. Excellent, Letty. Pretty good example. Thank you. Okay, Lydia, you say, you look as cool as a cucumber. It doesn't matter the time when you go to bed. Hey, that's pretty good. Laura, you forgot your homework and you are so cool as a cucumber. Excellent. Pretty good. You are as cool as a cucumber. Excellent. Pretty good. Okay, any other? Lourdes, hello. Yes? Laura, okay, pretty good. Anybody else? All right. Well, you know what? I guess that it is time to move on to the next slide. Here we have another example, another idiom, I mean. They say to have tickets on yourself. It means to be considered. Eh, when you do something good and you are recognized, and then you feel more than you are. For example, whenever, oh, my example, I'm going to write it in the chat. The mathematics teacher has ticket on himself because he received um, an honorific mention. Okay, into Spanish it means something like se le subió a la cabeza, se cree mucho, kind of, you know? Hello, Julia.
Hello, Maggie.
How are you?
I'm very good and I'm late. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You know what? We are talking about idioms and some phrases. Okay, please, let's write some examples in the chat.
So we are writing something in the chat.
Yes, please. We are going to write some examples about the phrases we are working with. For example, the first one is to have tickets on yourself. I have already written an example so that you can guide about this.
Okay.
Okay, pretty good. Lourdes wrote, my sister has tickets on herself because she was a mom for the first time. Hey, that's great. Very good example. Okay, Laura wrote, my son has tickets on himself because he's learning German. Wow, hey, pretty good. Julia, my coworker has tickets on himself because he rides a bike. No, because he got a pay rise. Hey, Julia, pretty good. Viole, my daughter has tickets on herself because she rides a bike pretty well. Okay. Isabel, the girl has tickets on herself because she thinks to be millionaire. Hey, that's it. Norma, hello. It's okay, don't worry.
Thank you, Maggie. Sorry for being late.
No, it's okay, don't worry. I understand that sometimes we have different situations.
The traffic jam was awful because of the rain.
Aha, that's it. Yes, yes, and you know what? It is also a problem whenever it rains. For example, in here it was raining cats and dogs. And so sometimes I had problems with the internet connectivity. Hey, you know what?
Okay.
That's another idiom. We are talking today about idioms. Another one
Okay.
is it is raining cats and
Dogs.
okay, of course, there are not going to be cats and dogs falling down from the sky, but it means that it is heavily raining.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So Letty wrote, my aunt has tickets on herself because she won the lottery. Oh my. Hey, that's a pretty good example. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next example. Here we have, okay, better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. It means better than nothing. So we have some similar ones into Spanish. Do you remember?
Más vale pájaro en mano.
Could be, no, you know what? It's peor es nada. That's the meaning.
Okay.
That's it. So, for example, you know what? I could say that mm, my, yeah, I had just uh, 3 days off for vacation, but it was better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. With a burn stick. Okay, this is my example. Okay, Lydia wrote, the traffic police on the street has tickets on himself when they are on the street. Okay, we could say that they have the tickets on himself because, no, they have tickets on themselves because they are representing to the law or to the authorities. All right, pretty good. So my example about this other. I had just 3 days off for vacation, but it was better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. No, peor es nada. Okay. Okay, can you give me more examples about this one? Better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Okay, Viola wrote, I only work few hours, but it is better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. All right, that's pretty good. Isabel, he got a new job. It's slow. It is a low salary, but it's better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Pretty good. Okay, Lourdes, I know how to say my age in French, but it's better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Hey, that's good. It is a very good example also. Okay, Laura wrote, I tried to repair my computer. Unfortunately, it doesn't work perfectly, but it is better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Hey, Laura, that's pretty good. Julia, I lost my job and I got another one with lower payment, but it's better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Hey, that's it. Pretty good, Julia. Norma, I don't like my job, but it's better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Hey, pretty good. Hey, those are pretty good examples. Excellent. All right, let's move on to the next idiom. Here we have, to flash as a rat with a gold tooth. It means to be ostentatious, to be showy, and a bit too flashy dress. You know what? It means that whenever we do something ridiculous and we are the center of attention. Okay, Letty wrote, I went to the movie and I had chosen a horror movie, but the ticket seller told me it was sold out. So I chose a drama one, better than a poke in the eye with a burn stick. Okay, Letty, pretty good. Okay, so whenever we flash as a rat with a gold tooth, as I told you before, means whenever we do something ridiculous and everybody look at us. For example, I remember that one day I was invited to a party. I was supposed to be wearing a costume because it was a thematic party. So I chose to be dressed like Pocahontas. But I didn't know that, guess what? The party was a formal one. So when I came into the party, oh my, I was wearing like Pocahontas and everybody were wearing formal clothes. So I was flashing as a rat with a gold tooth. I won't ever forget it. All right. Did you understand how to use it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's
Yes,
write some examples.
Maggie,
Yes.
This example is only about dress, not a cut hair, for example.
Yes, it could also be with a cut hair, or even, for example, whenever you fell down on the street.
Ah, okay.
Or even, you know what? It means whenever we are very ostentatious about something. For example, let's suppose that I am overdressed about something. For example, whenever I am wearing very big garment, enormous earrings, or to be dressed something like maybe like a Frida Kahlo style. Okay, Isabel wrote, she bought new shoes, a pair of new shoes, and she's happy, but she flashes as a rat with a gold tooth. All right, pretty good, Isabel. All right, Viola wrote, in the baby shower of my sister-in-law, she came with sandals and sweatpants. Oh my, because nobody told her. So she looked in past as a rat with a gold tooth. Okay, pretty good. Lourdes wrote, once I went to an anniversary party. I dressed a very fancy dress, but I forgot to change my resting shoes. Oh my, I flashed as a rat with a gold tooth. Yes, yes, that's a very good example. Okay, so Julia wrote, once I went to a salsa class, I dressed like if I would do exercise, and when I arrived, everybody were dressed like a party. I flashed as a rat with a gold tooth. Hey, that's a good example too, Norma. I went to San Antonio with my family, and a cousin started to speak like British accent with a saleswoman who clearly speaking to Spanish. She was flashing as a rat with a gold tooth. In addition, she also came as Frida Kahlo to my wedding. Oh my. Yeah, that's it. That's a very good example.
Maggie, one question. You can use that expression with just clothes, or also talks about the personality?
It can also be, yes.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Okay, Letty wrote, in this moment I got my hair so short and dyed part of it in silver. And I think some people say she flashes as a rat with a gold tooth. Hey, that's a very good example. Pretty good. Okay, so let's go to the next. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, Laura wrote, we got invited to a barbecue. Of course, it was a hot day. Everybody were dressing casual clothes, and suddenly one guest came with suit, with a suit. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. He flashed as a rat with a gold tooth. Hey, that's it. That's pretty good. An excellent example. Okay, so you know what? Let's move on to the next image. And what about it's raining cats and dogs? What do you think about it? Is it now, is today raining cats and dogs in Mexico City?
Yes, Maggie, indeed.
Oh my. Yes, you know what? Here in Ecatepec, it also rained cats and dogs. And even it was falling some hail Hasta granizó. It was raining. It was falling hail. Okay, so look at this. Here we have, okay, Alicia wrote, Lydia Alicia. Okay, she wrote, one day I went to the gym and I forgot my shoes. So I went to my work in tennis shoes. Oh, I flashed the rat with a gold tooth. Oh my. All right. Now let's go to the next. Here we have, give me a moment. Let's go to the menu. All right. Here we are. An example of another idiom is to kill two birds with one stone. It means to produce two useful results by just doing one action. I guess that we have one like this into Spanish, don't we?
Yes, Maggie.
What is it?
Matar dos pájaros de un tiro.
That's it, pretty good. You know what? Yesterday, I went to my sister's office. And so I visited her, and at the same time, I went to see a friend of mine who asked me help for some English lessons. And so I killed two birds at the same time with one stone. I killed two birds with one stone. Okay, let's do some examples.
Maggie, one example when the first I don't know, sentence types of items. About I killed two birds with one stone.
Okay, let me write it on the chat. So yesterday I went to my sister's office and I also talked to a friend of mine. Okay, so I killed two birds with one stone. Okay, my example. All right, pretty good. Norma wrote, I need to go to the post office to pick up a package. And also I will send a letter to my parents. Okay, so you just have to finish with I killed, or I will kill two birds with one stone. So I killed two birds with one stone. Excellent. Isabel, I was listening music while I was doing my homework. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Excellent, Isabel. Pretty good example. Hello, more examples. Okay, Julia wrote, always I wait to have many documents. It could be, I always wait to have many documents in my work to carry all at once. I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Excellent, that's pretty good. Okay, now Letty wrote, I went to buy some delicious bread nears from my house, and I talked to the baker, and he gave me the recipe of pan de muerto. So I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Excellent. Hey, that's so nice. All right, what do you think about moving on to the next? Here we have in the blink of an eye. It means in an extremely short time. For example, I can tell to my students in the preparatory to hurry. Hey, hurry up because you are going to go to recess time. You can do it in the blink of an eye. Okay, Laura, I got my vacation last week. They paid me for this time. I got my money and I repaired some issues in my home. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Excellent, Laura. Lydia, when I use the subway, I read a book, so I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Excellent. Isabel, sorry, now there is blackout. Probably I will disconnect soon. It's okay, Isabel, don't worry. Norma, I can have my suitcase done in the blink of an eye. Excellent. Very good example. Okay. Lydia Alicia, I don't understand that phrase. In the blink of an eye means that we can do something very quickly. Into Spanish, we say, en un abrir y cerrar de ojos. Okay, Violet says, the year will finish in the blink of an eye. Excellent, pretty good. Lourdes says, I'm ready, I will be ready, future. I will be ready in the blink of an eye. Okay, and Julia, I always awake late. I am always awake late. So I'm in the blink of an eye. Okay, I'm ready in the blink of an eye.
Information is fine.
Okay, Isabel, I crashed my new car in the blink of, oh my.
So
All right,
kind.
Laura, you need
Oh.
time to learn a language because it is not in the blink of an eye. Excellent. That's a very good example. Okay, since the internet exists, some kind of information is found so quickly in the blink of an eye. Excellent. Hey, those are pretty good examples. Okay, so let's go to the next phrase. Here we have bone of contention. You know, a bone of contention is something which people argue and disagree over. For example, I consider that talking about politics is a bone of contention. Okay, Lydia wrote, okay, the time every day pass in the blink of an eye. Excellent, very good. Okay, Norma wrote, the issue of border wall.
¿Qué quiere, Dinamo?
Yes.
Ay.
Okay, the issue of the border wall continues to be a bone of contention. Hey, that's pretty good, Norma. Excellent. Maybe, well, I guess that to talk also about religion can be a bone of contention.
Religion, football, and politics, Maggie.
Oh, that's it. Yes. And you know what? In my house, it can also be about a bone of contention can also be to be talking about education in the past and now. Because as we all are teachers, we have many different opinions.
Yes, education is a bone of contention also.
Aha. Okay, to Lydia wrote, the religion is a bone of contention. Yes, that's it. And Isabel, talking about the responsibilities with them is a bone of contention. Excellent. Yes, that's it. Okay, Julia wrote, abortion definitely is a bone of contention. Okay, abortion is definitely a bone of contention. Pretty good. Okay, sexual harassment is a bone of contention, especially during the last decade. Yes, I totally agree. Okay, here you are another one, as dry as a bone. It means very dry indeed. For example, I could say that I haven't watered my plants, so they are as dry as a bone. Okay, here my example. The lake is as dry as a bone. Excellent, pretty good. Or you know what? My hair, I don't know. I have to stop dyeing my hair because nowadays it is as dry as a bone. Aha, excellent, Laura, pretty good. You can say my brain is as dry as a bone. And it means that you don't have any other idea. Okay, Lydia wrote, when I talked to my son about his homework, it is always a bone of contention. Excellent. That's it. Very good. Okay, Viola wrote, I baked some cookies, but they stayed as dry as a bone. Oh my. All right, pretty good. Isabel, after exercise, I finish as dry as a bone. Yes, that's a very good example. Okay, let's go. Okay, if we continue pollution the earth, if we continue polluting the earth, it will be as dry as a bone. All right, pretty good. Lydia. Violet, don't invite me cookies, please. Neither to me, please. All right. So let's go to the next. Rote and ready. It means crude and lacking sophistication. You know what? Sometimes, for me, the way my high school students speak is rote and ready.
Maggie, I don't understand this.
Route and ready means that whenever something is not very elegant, whenever it can be also vulgar. For example, well, in my example, I said that the way my students, my high school students speak is route and ready because it is so vulgar. They say very bad words, many bad words.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so sorry, teacher, the screen. Sorry, the text is too small. Aha, let me, is it better?
Yes, it's good now. Thank you.
Excellent. Yes, because
Yes,
it was.
thank you. Thank you, Mai.
My pleasure. Okay, so they told me the truth. It was wrote and ready. Okay, pretty good, Isabel. Yes, that's a very good example. The truth can be wrote and ready. Violet, students nowadays speak wrote and ready. Yes, oh my, it's incredible. Okay, so Norma, sometimes German people are road and ready. Oh yes, somebody told me that they can be a little, well, not unpolite, but they are sometimes difficult to deal with. Okay, different. That's it. Yes, I totally agree with you. Okay, Laura wrote, people do not like sarcasm, but I love it, even when sometimes can be road and ready. That's good. All right, Lydia wrote, my boss is road and ready, poor of me. Oh my, poor baby.
Maggie, for these examples, I have to use talk or speak.
It just depends on what's the action. Remember that talk is used whenever we are having communication with another person or with a group. And so they speak and we speak. Speak is whenever I am referring to something, but I don't expect to be answered. For example, in a conference, we speak.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Thank you, Maggie.
All right, my pleasure. Okay, finally, we are in here and we have cool, calm, and collected. It means relaxed, in control, and not nervous. For example, you know what? Okay, Letty wrote, my last boss talked to me, wrote and ready. Oh, that's not good. All right, you know what? When I log in to my class, I have to be cool, calm, and collected. Time ago, for me, it was so difficult. I was so nervous when I was online with my students. Nowadays, I have already got used to it, and I am cool, calm, and collected. So Lydia asked me to explain the use of form. Well, here it means, here it means that some idioms have different forms. For example, the first one, it has a verb plus object or complement. Some others are prepositional phrases. Some of them are compound phrases. Some of them are an adjective, as plus an adjective. Some of them are binomial phrases, trinomial phrases, whole clause or sentence. But you know what? I wouldn't worry it too much about it because, well, for me, it is not so important what is the structure because they are idioms. And finally, they are phrases that have to be translated in a different way because they mean something totally different. And even it is very important that you know how to use all of this grammar whenever you are in C1. Sometimes it can be a little confusing to be working with these forms, all of these structures. Okay, Norma wrote, I have studied for my exam, so I'm feeling cool, calm, and collected. Excellent. That's it. Okay, Isabel wrote, I'm ready for the interview. I am cool, calm, and collected. Okay, Isabel, cool, calm, and collected. Lourdes, I am cool, calm, and collected even if I don't understand all the things. Hey, that's a very good example. Laura, if I get a blood test, I always try to be cool, calm, and collected. Oh my, it is difficult. All right. Lydia wrote, if you practice yoga, you can feel cool, calm, and collected. Hey, very good example. So nice. Well, finally, we are going to talk about this one. Here they say, to cut a long story.
Maggie, I have a question.
Please tell me.
It doesn't matter the form of the type of idioms, or you need to follow on the structure.
No, it doesn't matter. So whenever you are going to to use them, it is not necessary to be looking for the structure, because you know what? You have to learn them by heart. So whenever you learned a phrase by heart, it won't change. So it doesn't matter what is the structure.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't worry about the form. I could explain it to you, but I'm afraid that it could be a little confusing because
Okay.
we are talking about a lot of grammar.
Okay.
Okay, so Letty wrote, when I donated blood, I am cool, calm, and collected. Excellent. That's it. That's pretty good. You know what? To cut a long story short means to tell the main points, but not all the fine details. For example, whenever we are going to talk with our students, it is much better not to say everything about how the things happened, but to tell the main point, to cut a long story short. And so, for example, I could say, okay, well, in fact, a long story short, I will tell you that the event was a success. Okay, so I am not going to tell about everything. I am going to say just that it was good, all right? The politicians have to cut a long story short. Oh my, yes. You know what? I am working in a preparatory school at morning, and it is helped by a political organization, and the leader of the organization, oh my, he should cut the long story short most of the times, because you can be listening to him for 2 or 3 hours. So it can be so extremely tiring and boring. Okay, so to cut a long story short, the problem is solved. That is it. Okay, that's a very good example.
Maggie, the translation of this phrase is, para no hacerte el cuento largo.
Aha, excellent.
Okay.
That's pretty good. We have some others. We have some different for that situation. What else could be? My father used to say, para no hacerte la cachetona. I don't know what he meant, but it was, yes, what he said.
¿Podría ser en pocas palabras?
Aha, excellent. That's it. All right, Viola wrote, when you write a summary, you have to cut a long story short. Excellent. Laura wrote, a good journalist should have to know how to cut a long story short in order to write more attractive head news. Excellent, Laura. Pretty good. Okay, well, I don't know if you have another question or if you want to say anything else. Well, here Lydia said, when I was a child, I preferred to the details of the story. Nowadays, I prefer to cut the long story short. Excellent. Pretty good examples. Okay, well, it was a pleasure for me to have talked about this topic to you. It was so nice, so interesting. So I don't know if you have any other question or if you want to say any comment. Don't worry. If you want to have this presentation, just send me a message to my email, and I am going to send them to you. My email is teacher@inglesilce.edu.mx. This is my email address. Oh, thank you, Laura. Pretty good. All right, so send a message to me, send me an email, and I will send you the presentation. All right?
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
Maggie.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks for
night.
your participation and for your attendance and your attention. Have a very good night.
Bye,
Thank you,
Maggie.
Maggie.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.